Hey everybody, NFT fans, welcome back to the NFT podcast. I'm your host, Eugene Crypto MC, and I'm here today with Eloisa Marchesoni. She's the
Hi,
expert and business model consultant in the blockchain space right now from Trump Tower from New York, United States. Eloisa, thanks for joining me.
thanks for having me.
How may you prove that there is real New York behind you, not the
Not a green
background?
screen? Can you?
Yes.
That's glass. Okay.
No, that's the real Trump Tower in New York. So
Yes.
I know you have a strong professional vision on the non-fungible tokens I would love to ask you about today. But before, I would love to hear your story. How did you get into the blockchain space and how do you help your clients with your services?
So basically, I just found out around the age of 18 that I was one of the crypto punks in the space, like my dear friends Don Ways, Brock Pierce, Roger Ver. And I just built my career starting from after the ICO bubble popped. I was able to really enforce my role as a tokenomics architect because it was needed after the bubble pop to just gain any traction in the market. And then from there, I partner up with Giacomo Arcaro, a leading growth hacker in Europe and globally. And we started just doing innovation management consulting for top projects in any field of the blockchain applications, but right now, especially on the in the financial applications. So it would be, DeFi and NFT and utility tokens. So that's why I have been looking a lot into NFTs lately and just changing my mind actually week after week. So we'll see. You'll lead the way in this discussion.
Awesome. Greetings for Jack Arcaro and Giovanni Casagrande, your partners. They are one of the best marketers in the blockchain world I ever know. But how do you explain for non-crypto people, Eloisa, what are these strange things, NFTs?
So they are not so strange. Let's say they are just the digital version, incorruptible version of certificates of authenticity. When you buy any piece, may it be a watch, a car, or a piece of art, you will get or even a diamond, you will get a certificate of authenticity, which is that the thing that allows you, if it's a collectible, to resell it on the secondary market. And that certificate of authenticity may be passed on to you by previous acquirers if you have bought the object on the secondary market already, let's say like secondhand watch, or it may be given to you by the producer if you have bought that piece on a primary market, which means in the case of a watch, you actually went to the Rolex or Patek Philippe store and you bought the watch brand new. Now, what NFTs change is the fact that it is not so easy. It's not always so easy to keep track of the paperwork, of the papers that certify the authenticity of the objects, and those could be corruptible, and those could be fakes that basically allow you would and that will mean that you have bought a fake object. Also, on top of that, the NFTs make it much more easy just to track down the whole chain of the ownership. So even from a legal point of view, you would always have a complete look over that. And lastly, they make it possible for not only objects to be created and sold and exchanged, but also for virtual goods. And by virtual goods, we mean everything, anything, like even a tweet. Then I think we have to see what part of it is hype and what part of it is real.
Got it. Got it. Do you have any thoughts? Why did we have the huge NFT hype in the digital art space in 2020, 2021?
I think it was ignited and accelerated by the pandemics, everyone at home. In fact, the NFT craze has been going alongside or, in parallel with just the crypto craze in general, DeFi craze. Also, there were the smaller artists that were locked up in their homes and they were hoping for a new way to sell their art. That did not really go too well because right now you need a strong marketing to make a big profit out of your NFT or virtual art. On the other side, there were the billionaires, the multi-billionaires like Elon Musk, or just the other VIPs that locked up in their homes. They couldn't really spend their capital or show off in any other way other than basically pumping and dumping just any crypto asset that they could find on social media. And that's what happened. They were all just trying to make the news. So but we have learned the good lessons and the bad lessons, and NFTs are here to stay, but more in a framework of sharing economy. So they will be very good to share the property and possession of certain goods, especially all the lawyers right now are looking into how we can really fractionalize the property of these goods and use NFTs and tokens, so a dual token scheme to do that.
Okay. The NFT segment of crypto industry is quite young, even comparing with crypto industry. And how do you see the main pains or problems of the NFT market participants on the current stage of the development on the NFT segment from your professional view?
So I see legal problems. NFTs would be assets, and they are very, the regulator is still trying to understand what the heck they are. Nobody's really clear on that. So it's until there is no clarity, it will be really hard to have a proper primary and secondary market, a standardized market. Right now we just have all these different ones like Raribles, Nifty, but they're not interchangeable. And also the other problem is just from a creator point of view, you need a lot of marketing, you still need a lot of popularity to thrive in that space. Otherwise it's probably more the cost of generating the NFT than the profit you're going to get out of it. And then also again, it just seems that we're still too much into that speculative bubble to really see the use case that could make NFTs game changer in the space.
As a professional marketer in the blockchain space, how do you evaluate the level of marketing in the NFT space? Is there anything that should be fixed or improved from your point of view?
There's a lot to be fixed just because it's not sustainable at the moment. But unfortunately, where the marketing that seems to work the best is really just the news making and the social media sentiment manipulation. So basically, if you are the creator and you yourself are not popular, you better have the money to pay someone popular to shill your NFT on Twitter, on Instagram, etc. And that's really the only thing that works for now.
I have to ask you about the technical infrastructure and for using NFTs, blockchains, cheap or expensive blockchains like Ethereum marketplaces and Rarible and so on, so forth, wallets and so on, so forth. Are you satisfied with the current stage of technical infrastructure, or it's going to be developed highly.
I'm not really satisfied, but I'm in the game, and I'm here, as an expert, also to help fix the problems. There are a lot of problems that are still limiting mass adoption. As I said, yes, you would have to use the Ethereum blockchain and expensive Ethereum marketplace. There is no clear standard platform to market and exchange the NFTs. And also, there, it's still hard to really see it tied to our real daily life. It seems more like a test for now. Blockchain technology itself still needs a lot of improvement and is still very fluid, and in innovation curves, it seems like we are kind of far from the specific state of technology, but we will get there. And I do believe in a future where Elon Musk will stop just bragging and pump and dumping coins on social media. Will really get to work, help us with driverless cars that will be shared among citizens thanks to the NFTs and tied security utility tokens, etc., etc. And then maybe we will see just automated payments running on the blockchain from our phones. In short, I am not satisfied because blockchain technology also, the underlying technology of NFTs is not seamless at the moment and really requires still a lot of understanding from the users, especially the new adopters, whereas it needs to become the new HTML. I was born when phones and computers were already out. I never had to question myself, how do I use HTML? How do I program in HTML? And that's what I'm hoping for my kids to see in some years.
Totally agree. No one interview in the blockchain space is possible without mentioning Elon Musk. Hi, Elon. How do you think that's going on?
Yes. Unfortunately. But yesterday he had to mark down a lot of charges on his Bitcoin, on the Bitcoin holdings of Tesla, and that was not good.
How do you see the potential use cases of NFT as a tool in the future, Eloisa? What goals they can be used for?
So as I mentioned, in the long run, we are going to be in a complete fluid sharing economy. So basically, even the luxury car that, or the super hyper car that I own, I will not want to keep it just in my garage. Also because I will be most likely not having a home anymore. I will just be having multiple homes around the world, like living in the Airbnb style. And so if I buy something, I want others to be able to share the property and also the possession of that object, so that I can capitalize my initial investment, and make even maybe a monthly profit out of that. And I would make an NFT out of my luxury car, and I would tie it to just different unique tokens, which would be given to the holders of the different fractions of the property, and based on gamification mechanics, and based on just the various incentives that the different shareholders could buy into with their tokens, they would be able to really possess the object and use it, like the car, and use it when they are around. And I would leave my car in just maybe a parking lot nearby. So that's the kind of usage that I see, and I think it was better to explain it with a real life examples. And I think all the smart cities around the world, like Dubai leading the way. That's what they're working towards too.
Well, Liza, any predictions? Do you have any predictions what we likely will see in the upcoming 3, let's say, years in the NFT space?
So I think we're still, the market is still very volatile. And what we will see is probably just tokenized art pieces, and we will see maybe fractionalized property solutions, which to this day still do not really exist. We will see a lot of more platforms come out to the point where there's gonna be just one big player that probably acquires a lot of the smaller platforms, and thus imposes in this free market what is called a dominant design, a DD. So becoming that standard marketplace and issuance platform, and then it's going to be a lot easier. Also, what we're going to see is a lot more of education, and that's what I'm really hoping for.
Well, thank you very much, Eloisa, for your vision. And a bonus question you were not prepared for whom, who's in the US right now, what's interesting is going on in the New York regarding crypto right now? Why should they visit this amazing city and maybe meet you?
So New York is actually more the home of, is still more the home of Wall Street, but what we're seeing is low institutional adoption, and a quite funky NFT art space, even with like virtual art auctions. So that's very interesting. But if you're coming to the US, I would say definitely just go to Miami, because that's the crypto epicenter right now. So make a visit to New York, but concentrate on Miami.
Thank you very much, Eloisa. It's been a pleasure to
you.
understand your vision on the developing part of the crypto industry, which are NFTs. Ladies and gentlemen, you were listening to the NFTs podcast. It is supported by the NFTs protocol. Please like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the bell button for not missing the future episodes. We're publishing daily. Eloisa Marchesoni, the blockchain marketer from New York, and Eugene, Crypto MC, were with you. Thank you for listening, and see you in the next episodes.
Thank you.